Hi Ashley, this is Jess at New Frame Creative. I am creating this video for you so that you can learn a few things about your site. One of the things that we're going to be going over is how to change pictures on the home page, text on the home page, and testimonials on the home page. So in the email that I sent you this video, there should be a link to log in with your username and password. When you do that, when you go to the link and you log in, this is going to be the page that you see on the back end. Now, when you get to the back end, to be able to edit the home page, all you're going to do is you go to this left-hand sidebar right here called Pages and click there. That takes you to all the pages on your site. As you can see here, this one's called the front page, so that's going to be your home page, and that's the one that we want to edit. So all we have to do is hover over that page we want to edit and click the edit button. And that's going to take us in to the back end that allows us to edit that back home page. So now that we're actually on the back part of this home page, if we scroll down, you'll see that first picture on the home page lives right here. So if you wanted to change this picture, all you would have to do is hover over that picture you want to change and click this little pen tool. That means you want to edit that. Once you click the pen tool, you'll see that this is a preview of the existing image. If we want to change that image, all we have to do is click edit. And that's going to take you to what's called the media library. This is where all the pictures that have ever been uploaded to your site live. And you can see that right here is the picture that is currently there. One thing that is very important about changing pictures, you always have to make sure that whatever picture you are putting in is the exact same size as the picture that was there previously. So the way you can check that is if you click the image that was there, you can see in this right-hand corner right here, it tells us that this is 2000 pixels by 767 pixels. That means that you need to upload an image that's exactly that size. And you can use different cropping materials such as Photoshop or InDesign, or you can even just send them to us and say, could you make this the right size? And we'll be happy to do that and send it back to you the correct size. But you never want to put a picture that isn't the right size in a place because it just won't fit. It won't look right. It'll break the site. It breaks the design. So in this case that we want to change this picture, we need to make sure that we upload a picture that's exactly the same size. And again, in this case, it would be 2000 pixels by 767 pixels. So say that picture that we're hoping to upload that is the correct size is on our desktop. All we have to do is go over here to Upload File, select File, and then you would choose that picture. So if this was the correct one, I would choose this and click Open, and that would upload to my media gallery. And it would go right here and it would have a little check mark. So it automatically select it once it was uploaded. In this case, we're not actually wanting to change this picture, so I'm just going to exit out. But that would be how you would change that picture. So if we exit out, that's how we would change that picture. If we wanted to change any of this text right here, this is the introduction text on the front page. All we have to do again is just hover over that text and click our little edit button. So what's important about text is you're always going to be, when you click edit, you're going to be in this visual view, which shows you the text and looks friendly. However, if you switch over to text, you can see there's all this code around it. This pretty much this scary looking stuff. That just means that you want to work within this stuff that looks scary. So if we wanted to change this text down here, all we would do is just add more information, or we could delete this information. But what you want to try to do is always go to this text view and make sure that you You only change the text that you understand, so you wouldn't want to touch any of this code-looking stuff. Once we made the changes that we want to make, we would just click Save. The same goes for if you want to change the text over here. If you wanted to change your hours of operation, again, you would just hover over it, click your Edit button. Make sure you switch to your text view for all that code stuff, and then you would just change the hours as they apply, and you can see that that's here. Click Save. So, if we wanted to change the gallery pictures, that's the 3 pictures right here. If we wanted to change these pictures, this is called the gallery. So we would simply hover over that gallery and click our little edit tool. And you can see there's those 3 pictures right here. I went ahead and switched those out to the new ones that you provided. So all we would have to do is we would click edit. So you can see that these are in order of 1, 2, and 3, which I named that 4, but just ignore that. And then that's the order that they appear, 1, 2, 3. So if we wanted to edit one of these pictures, any of them, we would simply, again, click our pen tool to edit. And you can see that this picture is right here. Again, we'll click edit. And you can see that this is 1000 by 1500 pixels. So if we were going to upload a new picture to replace this one, it would need to be exactly this size. And again, either you can resize it or we can do that on your behalf. Once we upload that new picture, all we would have to do is click which one we wanted it to be and say Insert into Page. You'll see that that new picture appears here, and we'll click Save. And if you wanted to edit the others, it would work just the same. And again, press Save. And if we scroll farther down, we can see that this is our paint night image here. All we have to do, again, is hover over and click our pen tool to edit. This works just like images. So we see that this is the current one here. Again, we press edit. And we're going to check that one so that we can see that this is 2000 pixels by 983. So if we were going to upload a new one to replace it, we would upload it as 2000 pixels by 983. Upload it like I showed you before, and just click Insert into Page. And that's how you would be able to replace those new flyers with anything else you have going on. It works just like images. Okay, so we're going to exit out of that because we don't actually want that to be saved. And up next, we're going to exit out of here and scroll down to this new section that I've made for you called the testimonials. And that is where you're going to put any testimonials that you guys get, and you, of course, can put more than one. If you haven't seen what that looks like, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that this is what this looks like. So as we add more, these will actually start to rotate. So we go back to our back end. All we have to do is hover over testimonials, click our pen tool to edit, and you'll see that there's this one called anonymous, which is the only one that we have right now. So if we click edit, you can see that this is where the name goes, if you know the person's name, or you can keep it anonymous. This is where we put that they were a Knead Caffeine visitor. You can call that whatever you prefer. Make sure this avatar is set to none. So you've got name, none, and that they're a visitor. And if we scroll farther down, this doesn't have any code. So if we switch to text, it looks exactly the same. So all we have to do is put the text in here. So that is how those are being generated. So if we wanted to change this, loved the cats and the coffee, that would be editing that text, and we could click Save. What I recommend doing, what would probably be the easiest, instead of clicking Add a Testimonial and then manually adding one every time, which is how you would do that. You would click Add Testimonial, and then you would click Edit, and that's where you would put the name of the person here. You would put that they were a visitor here. Make sure that this was set to none, and then put the testimonial in here. Again, if you're going to paste a testimonial from anywhere, like from an email or Facebook or something like that, you want to make sure and paste it in when you're in this text view, not when you're in visual. That just makes sure that no code is carried over. So if we wanted to put, here is a new testimonial, and click Save. That's how you could manually add another one. What I would recommend doing, and what I think is easier, is using this clone tool, which is this little plus box here, and just cloning this existing one, which means that it's making an exact duplicate of that already existing. So you wouldn't have to choose none or anything like that. So all you would have to do is click your clone, and it makes an exact duplicate. And you can move these around in different orders as you edit the information and make them the correct one. So if we duplicated that one and wanted to edit the information, again, we would just hover over the pen and click Edit. We would change this to the new info, new name. We would change this to visitor. Well, actually, that was correct because we duplicated it. So that shows that we didn't have to set it to none, and then it already had that need visitor for us. And then farther down, all we would have to do is just change this text to the new testimonial. And click Save. And then to delete, all you have to do is press the delete button. So in this case, we're not going to save any of this because it's not live at this point. So I'm just going to click Cancel, but should you have made those updates, you would click Save. So once we press Cancel, now we've gone over how to change images, how to change text, and how to change your testimonials. So say you went into the back end of the site and you edited what you needed to edit. What you do next, if I want to make this live, what I would do is scroll all the way to the top. If I wanted this to go live, any of the edits that I've made, I would click this blue update button. If I didn't want it to go live and I just wanted to see a preview of what I've done, I would click this preview changes. And what that does is it generates a preview of the changes that we've made, but doesn't actually make it live on the site. So again, all we have to do when we get to the back end is go to Pages, find the page we want to edit, and click Edit. Once we go to the back end, we just kind of find that image or that text or that testimonial that we're interested in changing. And again, just hover over what you're interested in finding. And when in doubt, always use your little pen because that's how you edit anything. Another reminder to always switch to text view so that you know when all of this special code that you don't want to touch is. Clicking Save right here saves the changes, but it doesn't actually go live until you press Update. And then if you didn't want it to go live and you just wanted to see it, you'd press Preview. So that's pretty simple and self-explanatory, but I know that a bunch of questions pop up and it gets kind of confusing once you get in there and you're making changes to your own site. So if you have any questions or you run into any problems, I'm always still just one email away and I'm more than happy to help. I can either make another video that's a little more descriptive or we could do screenshots, whatever you prefer. And again, we're just one email away and happy to help, but hopefully this helps you feel comfortable getting in there and making changes to your own site. And we really appreciate the opportunity to work with you and to continue to work with you. So thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.